What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So today this is going to be beginner's guide and explanation for the South Extreme Raid. So if you haven't seen the North Extreme Raid explanation I've done for beginners, I suggest you go to that first. That way you know what these equipments are that I'm using and where you can get some of them. One thing I didn't mention was strength food. You can actually come to Centauria and come to this vendor right here, and you can craft strength food from him, which is this right here. And this gives you 10% strength. You want that because it'll also increase your attack, give you more damage. So setup, pretty much the same exact thing. I'm still going with no extreme gear being used, so instead of my South Extreme necklace right here, I'm using the Spirit Artisan collar. Same setup, these two Skyrens I use from North Extreme. This right here, the Clothes of Tranquility, I'm using my plus 25 version. And also to mention, for the South Extreme Raid, the accuracy you're going to need, for me, since I'm level 100, I only need 275. That's when I kill Golem. So you'll need around 275 if you're level 100. You'll probably need slightly more if you're lower level. I can't remember the exact requirements for like 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 because it's been so long. But this is generally what a level 100 would have to use if you decide to get there before you go do extreme raids. Which I do suggest you get somewhat of a high level before you go to extreme raids. You can do them all at level 50 and with plus 5 gear. Like I'm even doing it with only one plus 5 Skyrim, and the other one, and the plus 5 version doesn't even have max bond. But to be safe, I would suggest you get a high level. I'd say you want to at least be in the 70s. To real that's a real probably like a sweet spot, I guess. 70, 75, maybe 80 to really just start off at. But same setup. Combat skills, same things, you know, cooldown times, all that on there. Inferno Raid, got the Down Incarnation, Abyssal Ring to get more accuracy and strength. Got that. Final Revolutions for Hazard, just in case. Sometimes I do switch it up some, depending on the situation. So instead of Final Revolution for Hazard, sometimes I'll use Black Howling. Depending on what it is. Like if I do Memory Arena, I usually will probably do Black Howling because it's more hits. Shine, that's down damage again. Passives, I'm gonna switch Meditation off since really it's not gonna do too much. Instead I'm gonna put Rising Spirit on to get more strength and agility for my sword skill damage. Also, you could use Blade Dance. I typically don't use Blade Dance, really. It's usually like last resort for me. I just never use it. What it means by follow-up attacks is that each hit you do, it's going to be an extra hit. So, for example, Starburst Stream, it's 16 hits. So, with Blade Dance, you do those 16 hits, plus an extra 1 hit for that every hit. So basically 16 plus 16, that's how much you're gonna do with Blade Dance. The only thing is Blade Dance doesn't do the full damage. So say you hit 1 mil for the first hit, that Blade Dance follow-up attack isn't gonna hit 1 mil. It's gonna be reduced. But this is what I'm generally gonna be running: Killing Blow for critical power, Clear Flash for more super arts to last longer, because I just went in the raid and I tested. With this setup, I did about half of the boss's HP, and this time I'm bringing Sheta. Only got 1 Galvanize on her because, like I said, I did with 1 full Galvanize, I did half of its HP, and that's about it. Another reason I'm using her is because Speak of Caliber, because this stacks with Shadow Stitch for the slow debuff, so you can double slow the boss with that. So that's why I'm also taking her, because she can land that. She can actually land that without any special accuracy gear. Well, besides the Forgotten Talisman. But yeah, she can actually land this with just this setup. This is just randomly thrown together. I really haven't changed her at all. That's why it looks pretty much so sloppy, because I just haven't really changed her like that. She has nimble, uptight, as you can see, really no codes on her. For me, I'm going to run Prodigy for more skill speed, since I do have enough accuracy for this. And that's generally it for the setup. Silica is the exact same as the North Extreme. Mind Break Galan, I'm just using another Earring of Silence for the decks, stacking with the other one right here. Actually, no, I'm stacking that with the Abyssal Ring because that has more decks than this one, because Mind Break goes off accuracy. Wits End, just got that set up with plus 15 Clothes of Tranquility with special accuracy incarnation. Actually, let me change this as well, because I don't want to use extreme raid gear, because probably most of you don't have this stuff by now. Definitely not the earring right here, landscape earring, because this is from West Extreme. But let me actually see, what is the version I'm using on her over here? 4520. So I'll just throw that on. But yeah, because like I said, I don't want to use any extreme raid gear yet. When I do go make the West Extreme for beginners though, I am going to be using extreme raid gear. I'm probably still going to use Skyrend, just to show that you can do it with them, but I'm not going to use these two. I'm going to use these right down here, these plus 15s, because I could use these two, the max ones, but I'm gonna just go with plus 15, and then I'm gonna use my I'm definitely gonna use my Stone Lotus necklace from South Extreme on default gear, and that'll be pretty much it for my character that changes for the extreme gear. But like I said, generally same setup. Philia doing the buffs for getting me more boosts and stuff to do more damage. Shaita's literally just there to do this one Galvanize when I need it, and then slow debuff. Same thing with Silica, she's just gonna hit Mind Break, Wits End, slow debuff, and that's it. Like I said, this is the pretty much same setup. Also just with strength food, because I suggest if you're doing these extreme raid bosses or even the mini bosses in the extreme raids, you do want to use strength food because that'll boost your damage by that 10%. But in that last run I just tested right now to make sure everything was good for this setup, I didn't use strength food. I'm also gonna say that it's best, like, if you can't land Mind Break on that boss, I suggest instead, once you get to boss, you change your EX skill to Buffer, and I would say, depending on how much accuracy you need, at least always have Killing Blow. Always have that. And for boss, if you can't Mind Break him, I suggest one of your other passives definitely be AoE, which is Cackling Devastator right up here. Right here, AoE attacks. This will make it, because this will give your attacks AoE. So whenever you're doing your hazard skill, it's also going to hit his 2 front legs because you'll be standing in front of him, and that'll make his hazard bar go up even faster. Like I said, I don't need it with this setup, so I'm not going to use it. But if you definitely can't land Mind Break, I do suggest running that, so you can hazard it really fast. Another thing I didn't mention before was that Dark Level 2, the Sacred Art, that can pretty much stun bosses and mobs out of everything. So if they're doing a skill or they're about to do something, just throw a Dark Level 2, and it'll stun him. The only thing it can't stun is the North boss healing. Like, I think you have to really time that whenever he comes back down right before he does his roar to heal. But generally, even if you did cancel him out of it, he's gonna try to heal again, so. But I'm gonna show, in the beginning part, I'm gonna show you kill Golem, then I'm gonna cut to fighting the Mantis, and I'll try to give some tips on that part as well, and then do boss. Mantis, I suggest if you're a beginner, don't try to blade lock. I might show blade locking up in this, but generally if you can't win a blade lock, don't do it. If you win a blade lock though, you can instantly hazard him. But just hazard Golem right here, which is really going slow because my crits. There we go. And there we go, Golem killed right there. And like I said, that's just with this basic gear that I'm using. That's not even maxed. And even the +5 Skyrim, it's not even max bond. But I'm gonna cut right now to the Mantis, and I will show you guys how to deal with him, since pretty much he's one of the hardest mobs in the game. But I'll see you guys at the Mantis. Alright, so now that we're at Mantis, I'm going to do a quick demonstration of Blade Lock. I'm not sure if I'm going to win it because it's been a while since I've done it, but I'm just going to do a quick Blade Lock. I'm going to go ahead and set wits on him first though. Just so you guys can sort of see how it goes. Gonna let him do that move first. Okay. See, this is the problem with the Mantis. Like he hit me just like that and already almost died. Definitely one of the harder mobs in the game, because the fact that he can just block your attacks, and if you really just don't win Blade Lock, well, you just better hope he just doesn't hit you. Alright, so let me get this going, see if I can probably hit him with Blade Lock. Okay, almost died there again. Come on, Blade Lock, there we go. Okay, there we go, I won. You don't want to spam it whenever it starts triggering. You want to kind of do it a little bit like shortly after it triggers. Not enough to where it disappears, but to where you miss it. But you at least want to do it like shortly after it appears. But there you go. Even though I'm this high of a level, like he can still kill me easily. Like even if I had my normal gear on, he can still kill me. Like even though I've run this raid so many times and have all of this stuff on, like Mantis is still a problem. The fact that his moves are so area covered, I guess you can say, they have such a big radius, makes him really dangerous. Like you gotta, unless you're good at perfect parry, perfect step, perfect backstep, or if you're just good at Blade Lock to instantly get him in that before you can do anything, then you're gonna struggle. Like I said, it's best if you can to mind break him, but keep in mind, I have seen before that he can block mind break, so what you want to do is at least get some kind of other AI hitting him or distracted by him, and then use your mind break. But Same thing. Let me see. This time I'm gonna eat the strength food for the boss. So go to food. Eat the strength food. And start doing our buffs. Let Philia do all hers. And switch back. Gonna control Silica, because I do want to hit Mind Break and Wits on him. So then gonna switch back to my character. And then when I do need that second Galvanize, I'm gonna use it off of Shayta. That's hopefully if she doesn't use it. I don't think she'll use it on her own. Hopefully not. If not, should still be fine. Because like I said, I'm running two double slows for this. I recommend if you can't do double slow, at least take a tank. Like right there on Mantis, you saw I was struggling right there. But go ahead and Mind Break him. Do that. And you can see he's really slow. And here and there I'm just going to command Silica and Shayta to hit their slow skills, just so I can hit that that debuff on them, to put more slow on them. Well, as you can see, really slow, doing really good damage. And this is way better than when I just did that test run. This is got him way lower. And there we go, Shayta didn't use her Gal, and we can finish him all. And like I said, if you can't do two slows, definitely take a character that can tank. You should still be able to kill it in one down, even with one slow, depending on how your damage is going. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is just with normal gears. Only thing that's different is I am using my max steel riding, so that's another big damage bonus I am getting. But even with a +5 or +10 steel riding, you should be fine. You should still be able to kill him one down, no problem. But that's pretty much the setup for this. Like I said, in the next one when I do West, I am gonna use extreme gear, because I recommend that once you're able to beat South at a reasonable pace and farm it efficiently, definitely get you a Stone Lotus and get one with at least, like, I'd say 35 plus accuracy on it, because I ran one with about that same accuracy for all the way up to East Extreme. But like I said, I'm definitely going to use Extreme Raid gear, because I highly recommend you start farming that stuff before you go farther past South Raid. I'm probably going to use my 2 Skyrims, like I said before. These +15 Skyrims, I'm probably just going to use these up in West, because you can use Skyrim on all the normal extreme raids. But if you don't want to and you want to play it safe with accuracy, definitely get you a really good 4-stat Light Wolf or a 2-stat Dex Light Wolf. Another thing that you can get that'll make it really easy for accuracy is White Spark, because this thing can have a lot of accuracy. Like that right there, you see it has 42 Dex on it and 55 accuracy. Like, this is a lot, and Dagger is strong. So if you're starting out, if you don't want to use dual wield, and you want like higher accuracy to make it a lot easier for you, then you can definitely go Dagger. And yeah, I just kind of recommend dual wield, since you're basically using 2 swords, and to me that's a lot better. But yeah, Dagger can easily work for you. Dagger and dual wield are pretty much meta at the moment. This is my Dagger setup for the skills I use, but if I do go in West Raid with Dagger, I can show that as well. But I'm mostly going to be doing this with dual wield, since dual wield is mostly what I use. But yeah, again, that's the setup for South Extreme. I also recommend for Incarnation, if you can't kill him in one down, definitely get Eyewall, because he'll do this little stomp where these vines will chase you. And you want Eyewall because those will, the Eyewall will protect you against those. The only thing you need to keep in mind is, since you're using custom skills, if you activate a skill and he does that projectile move and it hits you, it's gonna probably kill you, because again, it switches to the armor that you have on custom skills. So like, say I use Starburst and he does that move, it's gonna hit me because I have the down Incarnation, not an Eyewall. But that's generally what you're gonna use. And yeah, I don't believe I left anything out. If you got any questions or anything like that, let me know it down in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them for you. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.